Suddenly finding yourself alone with or without children can be a stark reality after sharing your life with someone for a number of years. We really spend time imagining what life would be like without our partner, but it's a good thing to do, as it is often not what we think it will be. Some of the things that you should consider now as you prepare to separate include: what ongoing communication do you want or need with your ex? Is it possible to remain friends? What about shared friends? How will you manage those relationships ongoing? Do you feel confident about having open and ongoing communication with your ex, or are you worried they will become angry or toxic? What boundaries do you need to put in place to ensure you stay emotionally and/or physically safe? Anticipating any unforeseen issues now is helpful to manage yours and your spouse's expectations about what individual life will be like and what you need to make it work for you. Let's now welcome registered child psychologist and family therapist Dr. Michael Smith. Thank you for joining us today, Michael.
It's great to be here, Bridgette.
So Michael, how do people prepare for living alone?
There's a really mixed reaction to what is initially really confronting, to realizing your life is fundamentally going to change. What's important, perhaps most of all, is realizing that being alone is far more common than most people realize. At the last census, around 13% of New Zealanders were on their own for various circumstances. Some happened by natural causes, some happened by other choices people have made. But people have this stigma of feeling alone, and all of a sudden they'll internalize that and feel guilt. Question is then how and what will they do for themselves so that they're actually accepting of this process. And one of the fundamental key things is to say, you know what, I don't have to manage this alone.
What are some of the issues that crop up with spouses post-separation?
Again, with that initial confrontation, the natural inclination is blame. There is that feeling of guilt, but one of the key issues then is having open and clear communication. It's very important that the facts remain salient between the two people. We don't want something else happening that's going to compound that problem later down the road.
So Michael, what are some of the tools that people can use for their physical or emotional well-being?
Yeah, good question. And some of the fundamental basics about deliberate self-care, and it's a catchphrase of mine. What do you do, or what are you going to do that's about you and for you? And that can range from everything from redecorating part of your house if you want to, your living space, making it more your own, maybe a change of wardrobe, maybe going back to the gym, maybe regular walks on the beach. One of the key things people tend to forget is that connection with friends and family. Pick those up. Don't isolate. Unless you truly want some moments on your own, in your own space, make an informed choice about your own welfare.
Michael, what are some resources for people who are worried about living alone?
Yeah, that's a kind of an important distinction, because if worry is at the centre of our decision process, we run the risk of making poor decisions. One of the key things is saying, okay, I am alone, that's okay. What can I do about it? Now, there's a raft of resources out there in the world, but in New Zealand, there's an interesting thing called loneliness.org.nz. It's a very broad bunch of ideas around things that you can do for you and help normalise the experience. But the other thing, of course, is that you're in the process of providing a unique service. Take advantage of the people that are part of this network.
Thanks for the insightful advice, Michael.
Great to be here.
This is one of the main areas we can support you through your transition. Our coaching packages give you the time to work with me or one of my team to deal with any or all of the unexpected challenges that can occur once the reality of living alone sets in for both you and your ex.